Good day to you. This is teacher Leland, Alejandro, and we're going to do centroids of triangles today. We're going to discuss how to find the coordinates of the centroid and also how to find lengths of segments or parts of the median or the entire length of the median. So let us see the problem set on the other screen. Okay, here's the problem set, and this is our worksheet. We're going to see how many examples we have. We have about, we're going to use about 12 examples of triangles. Okay, so we shall discuss each problem in detail. We're going to use the presentation view. Here's the first number. Find coordinates of the centroid of each triangle. Find coordinates of the centroid. Okay, we have a formula for the centroid, of course. So we're going to have the formula first for the centroid. So we have a formula for a centroid of a triangle. Okay, so the formula for the centroid, okay, so let x, y, right, be the coordinates of the centroid. There. Okay, so let's say we have the coordinates of the vertices, okay, coordinates of the vertices, and we will have the points, okay, say we call it point 1, okay, that is we have x1 and y1, okay, this is for the vertex 1, first vertex, and then we have the next vertex, say x2, coordinates of the second. So we may call this vertex number 2, okay. And also we have the third, of course, for a triangle we have 3 vertices. This is the third, and this is for the vertex number 3, okay. All right, so we're going to have the formula for getting the xy, okay, the centroid, okay. So the coordinates of the centroid. So for the x, value, this is the formula x, and then we have something like equals, and then we put this up, okay, let this be on top, so this be x1 plus x2 plus x3, okay, and this is to be divided by 3, like that. And then we have the division symbol, of course. This will be after getting the sum of the x values for from each vertex. This is how to get the x value for the centroid, okay. So it's just basically average, okay, average. So we continue with the y value. So for the y value we have something like y1 and then plus y2 plus y3, and then this is to be divided by, of course, 3. That's it, and we have the division symbol there. So we have the formulas for getting the coordinates of the centroid, which is basically the x and y, okay. It's basically the x and y. So for the centroid we have x and y. We can use these formulas over here. We can use these formulas. So this will be for the x, and of course you can use this for the y, okay. You can use this for the y there, okay. All right, so we have these formulas, Okay, we can now start solving the first number. Okay, all right. Of course, we have to read and get the coordinates of points R, S, and T. Okay, from the diagram. Okay, all right. So that is where we're going to start. All right, let's clear the formulas. Okay, and we'll start with the computation. All right, so this will now be the solution. Okay, so we can start with let x, y, the coordinate, okay, the x and y coordinates of the centroid of the triangle. There, okay? And we're going to use this for each problem, so I might as well have it at the start of each problem, okay? So let x, y, the coordinates of the centroid of the triangle. All right, let us gather the points. Let's start with, this is R, S, T. All right, we have R, start with the given. Let's start with the given. All right, let me clear that. Let me start over here. All right, this be given, and we have R. All right, the R point is at, you have to read it, of course, -7, 2. So this is -7, 2 there. Okay, and then we have the next S. That will be -2, 5. Okay, -2 and 5 there. And of course, our point T. Our point T is at 0, 2. There. So we have the given. We can now start computing for the coordinates. All right. Now this will be for the centroid. For the centroid. All right. We have x is equal to. All right. Let's put the numbers for the x values. We start with -7 plus the -2 plus the 0. And this will be divided by 3. Yeah. So we have to write the division symbol there. All right, I just put it there. Okay, compute now for the x value. This will be equal to, that should be -7 plus -2 and 0. It's a -9. So we have there -9 divided by 3 there. Okay, and that's it. This is now equal to -3. Okay, this is now equal to -3 there. That's our first computed value. We now compute for the y. Okay, so let's put it over here. Y is equal to, let's get the values for y. Okay, values for the y will be 2 plus 5 plus 2 there. Okay, you're going to get it from here. Okay, all right. The x values are the first numbers from left. After the commas, that those numbers will be for y. So we have 2, 5, and 2 to be added, and this will be divided by 3 there. So we put the division symbol, and so we have here like 2 plus 5 plus 2, that's 9. Okay, so it will be now y is equal to 9/3. So we're going to put here 9/3 there. Then we put the division symbol. Okay, and so we have the value of y, which is exactly 3. Okay, another whole number. And we have now the coordinates of the centroid. Okay, so the answer, all right, this is now the centroid. Xy is equal to, okay, xy is equal to -3, 3. Okay, this is our centroid. Okay, So this is for the centroid. All right, that's it. We have the answer down here. That's our answer. All right. Okay, let's check and verify from the worksheet. All right, that's negative 3, 3. All right, that's it. That goes to our first number. Let's continue with the second. All right, let's clear the screen. Continue with the next triangle. Here's our next triangle. All right, we have the vertices FGH. Okay, FGH. So we're going to have the solution, and then of course the assignment for the variables. All right, so xy, let xy be the coordinates of the centroid. All right, we start with the given. All right, first point we have f, okay, and that will be 1, negative 4, the coordinates. So we have to read that 1, negative 4. Next, point G, that should be at the third quadrant, okay? Remember, this is our origin here. Our origin is somewhere here, okay? The origin is here. So the triangle is located at the fourth and third quadrant. And point F is at the fourth quadrant, and point G is at the third. So the coordinates of G is negative 3 and negative 7 there. And then for the point H, that's located at 2, negative 7 there. Okay. All right. We're now ready to compute for the centroid. So this will be for the centroid. Okay. We start with x is equal to, let's have the x values. This will be 1 plus negative 3 plus 2. Okay. All right. And you know where to find those values, of course. Okay. It will come from the numbers here. Okay. The first values are the x values. Remember, it's always x comma y. Okay. So 1, negative 3, and 2, those are added and then divided by 3. Okay. Over there, like that. Okay. All right. And so next we compute. Let's continue. We have now x is equal to, okay, if we add 1 plus negative 3 and a positive 2, that looks like 0. Okay, so we're going to have here 0 divided by 3 there. And so we have something like 0 over 3 there. Okay, and so the value computed must be just 0. X is equal to 0 there. We're now about to compute for y now. Okay, so y is equal to the 3y values are, we have negative 4 plus negative 7 plus another negative 7 there. Okay, and then we shall divide this by 3. Remember the first discussion, we have the formulas. Okay, and the formula is to get the average. And so here we have the computation. And so we're going to have y is equal, all right, we have negative 4 and negative 7 and negative 7. That looks 14 and 4. So that will be negative 18, okay? So that will be negative 18 divided by 3 there. So we're just going to put the symbol for division there. And so we have 18 over 3 is 6, and that should be a negative 6. So the answer is y is equal to negative 6 there. All right, and we have our point. Our centroid is going to be over here. Centroid. And that'll be x, y, and that should be equal to 0 and negative 6. There. This must be the answer. Okay. All right. And so this is our computed value. Let's verify. There. Okay. All right. And so the computer's answer is over here. It's the same as ours. All right. There. 0, negative 6. That will be for our number 2. Let's now continue with the third. Let's clear the screen and continue in the next diagram. All right, here's number 3. The instruction is the same. Find coordinates of the centroid of each triangle. All right, so we shall begin with our solution. And we have our statement. All right, let xy the coordinates of the centroid of the triangle. All right, let's gather the given data. We have that's C, D, E. All right, C, that looks like at the third quadrant, -4, -3. Okay, remember you have to read the coordinates first. Now our point D, that's located at the first quadrant at 1, 3. And for our third point E, that must be at the fourth quadrant, located at 3, -3. That's it. All right, now we compute. All right, and so we shall now have for the centroid, start with x, and then we gather all the x values. All right, those are -4, 1, and 3. All right, along these first numbers. So this will now be starting with -4 plus 1 and plus 3, and then we divide this by 3 there. All right, and so we now have the average. Okay, there. All right, so we continue with the computation. This will now be like x is equal to, that looks like the numerator part is 0. Okay, -4 plus the 1 and 3, that looks like a 0. So we have here like 0 over 3. 0 over 3 there, and that's it. This will now be 0 divided by 3, and that is exactly as x equal to 0. All right, compute now for the y value. Okay, the ordinate. This is now for the ordinate. We're done with the abscissa. All right, so ordinate now. This will now be the numbers -3 plus the 3 plus the -3, and this to be divided by 3. All right, so put the underline. This is the division symbol over there. So that looks like -3 over 3. -3 divided by 3 there. All right, and so this will now be a -1. Okay, so that should give you us a -1 there. So we're done with the computation. We shall now present our answer. Centroid xy, that's equal to 0, -1. So that's 0, -1. That's it. That's our answer. So let's enclose our answer. That's our answer. Verify from the computer. 0, -1. All right, so that's it. Okay, so the computer's confirmation is just here below the triangle. Okay, it's 0, -1. We're now doing number 4. Let's clear the screen and proceed to number 4 question. All right, here's the number 4 triangle. Find the coordinates of the centroid of each triangle. We're doing number 4. This is the fourth triangle. So this will be point S, point T, and point U. All right, so we begin with our solution and the statement. Okay, and then we write our given. Start with S. That looks like -6, +1. So -6 and +1 are the second quadrant. All right, our point T located at the first quadrant at 1, 1, and our third point U that is located at the third quadrant at -4 and -2. All right, over there. Okay, and so we have the given. We start computing the coordinates of the centroid. So for the centroid, we start with x equals, we're going to get all the x values now. So we have -6 plus the 1 and plus the -4. And then to be divided by 3. And so we just put the division symbol, and that's it. We compute. We now have x is equal to -6 plus 1 plus -4. That looks like -9. And so we have -9/3. This will be divided by 3. There. So we put the division symbol, division line there, all right, for the fraction. So we have -9/3 is -3 for the answer. So x is -3. First computation complete. Continue with the y computation. Okay, so we'll be having y is equal to, let's get the y values now. 1, 1, -2. So this will be 1 plus 1 plus -2 divided by 3. And that looks like 0/3. Okay, so we have a 0 for the total. We have here a 0 divided by 3. And so that should be a fraction 0/3 with the result equal to 0. There. All right, so we have our centroid. This is our answer. Centroid xy is equal to -3 and a 0 there. And we enclose our answer over here. Centroid xy is equal to -3, 0. Let's verify there. All right, that's it. Computer's answer is right below the diagram there. So -3, 0. So we're correct. Let's do number 5. All right. Number 5 now will be next figure. All right, here's the next figure. Find the coordinates of the centroid. All right, and so we start with our solution. I hope you're getting the method to do it. And that's it. We have let xy the centroid, okay, coordinates of the centroid. So we start with the given data. Our points now will be h, I, and j, okay, alphabeticalized. So alphabetized. All right, so that will be h, that will be -5, 4. We have to read it first. Coordinates of h is -5, 4. Coordinates of I, that should be at 0, 1. Okay, 0 and 1. Coordinates of j. Coordinates of j, that should be located at -7, 1. -7, 1. There. All right. Next, for the centroid. So this will now be for the centroid. Compute x. All right, we gather all x values. That would be -5, 0, and -7. Okay, so that will start with -5 plus the 0 plus the -7 there. And the total will be divided by 3. And so we just put the division symbol, division line. All right, there. Continue with the computation. Negative 5 plus 0 added to negative 7 is a negative 12. So this is a negative 12 over here. And to be divided by 3. And that's it. We're going to have like negative 4. Okay. So that looks like negative 12 by 3 is negative 4. That's it. Continue with the y values on the other side. This will now be over here in the next column. Y is equal to, get all the y values, 4 plus 1 plus 1. Okay. So that will be 4 plus 1 plus 1. And then to be divided by 3. All right. And so we put the division symbol, very simple formula. And we have the centroid. All right, so this is y is equal to 4 plus 1 plus 1 is 6. So we have 6 divided by 3. That surely is 2, okay? So this is now 6 over 3. And we have the answer. Y is equal to positive 2. We can now display our answer. Centroid x, y is equal to negative 4, 2. So that's negative 4 and 2 there. All right, done. We're done with the answer. All right, and so we'll just confirm it. All right, what's the answer? There, negative 4, 2. Okay, all right. You can see the confirmation over here below the triangle there. So we're correct. Okay, for number 5. Number 6 now. Let's have number 6. All right, here's number 6. Triangle. Find the coordinates of the centroid. All right, so we have the solution. Let xy the coordinates of the centroid of the triangle. All right, that will be T, U, and V. Okay, that will be the starting point. T, U, and V. So this will be given. Start with point T. That's at negative 2, negative 4. Negative 2 and negative 4 there. All right, and then our point U is at 2, negative 4 there. Next, T, U, and V, that should be negative 3, 2. Okay, there. And so we now compute for the centroid. This will now be for the centroid. All right, we have x is equal to, all right, we have negative 2 plus 2 plus negative 3, and then we divide this by 3. There. This will be our, okay, this will be it. This will be our computation. And we have negative 2 plus 2, that's a 0, plus a negative 3. So we have a negative 3 result for the numerator. Then we divide that by 3. And we have negative 1, okay? This results to negative 1. X is equal to negative 1. All right, done with the x. Continue with the y. Let's use the next column. Y is equal to all the y's now. Negative 4 plus negative 4 plus 2. And so we divide by 3 after getting the sum. So this will be, how much is that? Negative 6, okay? Yes, negative 6 over 3. So this will be the result of adding negative 4, and 2, okay? That looks like negative 6. So this is now negative 6 divided by 3. All right, that's it. And so this will now be negative 6 divided by 3. This will now be negative 2. There. 6 by 3, 2, it's a negative. We have the centroid. All right. So for the centroid now, centroid xy is located at negative 1, negative 2 at the third quadrant. All right, that's our computation. Okay, all right, let's see the answer from the computer. Yes, it's correct. Okay, over here. So the answer are displayed at the bottom. Okay, all right. Next, we proceed to number 7. Clear the screen first. And the answer. And number 7 is here. All right. Here's number 7. We'll be doing lengths of medians or parts of the median or segments of the median. All right. Okay. Each figure shows a triangle with one or more of its medians and a centroid. All right. Before we start doing this, we shall do a little review about the segments of a median. Okay. All right. So let's draw one simple triangle here. Okay, let's draw one simple triangle like this. And then let's have the medians, all right, starting from the midpoint of this segment, okay, and then going to that vertex, and then from the midpoint of this side, okay, going to the other vertex. Let me erase that. All right, let me erase that part. Okay, go back to the midpoint of this side, going to the vertex in the opposite angle there. And then for the third median, okay, midpoint of this side, and then going to the vertex, the third vertex there. All right. You see, they meet at a common point called the centroid. Okay, it's over here. This part here is the centroid, the point of concurrency. Okay, the intersection of the three medians is called the centroid. All right. Now there is a concept here. All right. Now let's put some labels. All right, so that we can have some study about the relationship for each segments of a particular median. All right, let's call the vertices. Let's say we have this like A, and the top vertex is B, and then the third one we call it say C. All right. Now let's put some letters for the points, midpoints of the sides. Okay, midpoints of the sides. So let's just have it like one point here, median. This will now be a midpoint. Okay, another midpoint here, say S, and then another midpoint here like say R. There. Okay, now let's call the centroid. Okay, let us call the centroid with another letter. Say we put here like M. There. All right, we're now going to define or describe or study the relationship, okay, the segments. All right, imagine the segment for the median AS, okay, so this is for the median, okay, for median AS, okay, all right, there, all right. Now, imagine dividing that median by 3, okay, dividing that median by 3 such that MS is 1/3 of AS, okay? 1/3 of AS. And so the MS there, the shorter segment of AS is 1/3, okay? 1/3 of AS. There, okay? It's 1/3. So that means the entire length of the median AS, you divide it by 3, that is the shorter segment MS, okay? There, all right. How about the MA? How about that? Okay, for MA, that is equivalent to 2/3 of AS, okay? It will be 2/3 of AS. So it's the same as, okay, 2/3 of AS. There, okay? And we will write it this way, 2/3 of AS, okay? 2/3 of AS. That means the ratio of MA and MS is 2:1, okay? All right? So it's like dividing the median AS by 3, and one part is MS and 2 parts for MA. Okay, it's like that. Now, how about the relationship of the shorter and the longer? All right, MS, you double MS, that's MA. Okay, so MA can be written this way. MA is equal to 2 times, okay, MS. There, okay? And this is also true, all right, for median BR, for median BR, all right, this is also true, okay? 2 times MR is MB, okay? So MB is 2 times MR, okay? There. 2 times MR, the shorter, is MB, the longer, okay? There. Also, 3 times of MR is the entire length, okay? 3 times the shorter is the entire length, okay? It's like that. So we can also have like 2 times MR is MB. We can also say MB, okay, the longer, all right? MB is 2/3 of PR, okay? 2/3. So this is 2/3. MB is the longer of the two, okay? And that is 2/3 of the total median BR, okay? There. All right. Okay, what else? You can also say for the median TC, okay, for the median TC, for the median TC, you have MT, okay, you double that is equal to MC. So the segment MC is 2 times MT, like that. All right. Also, you can say the entire length TC, the entire length TC is 3 times MT. There, it's like that. And that's it, okay? You can always make use of the proportion, the ratio, and you'll be able to compute for the parts. Okay, so just remember these concepts, and these are the formulas. Don't memorize the letters. Okay, memorize the drawing. Okay, memorize the drawing. All right, the shorter is 1/3 of the entire length. Okay, the longer of the two of the segments, okay, is 2/3 of the entire length of the median. Okay, all right, that's it. All right, so don't memorize letters. You have to memorize the drawing. All right, let's do number 7, and let's clear our formulas. Okay, let's start with our solution. All right, each figure shows a triangle with one or more of its medians and a centroid. Okay, so you can see the drawing over there. All right, the diagram, and you see there are different letters for each points and vertices. We're asked to find PD. Okay, we're asked to find PD. Okay, find PD if IP equals 4x minus 6. Okay, and PD is equal to 3x minus 10. All right, let us first relate IP and PD. From the drawing, consider the point P as the centroid of the triangle. We know that PD is the shorter and IP is the longer. Okay, and the shorter, when doubled, that's the longer. Okay, so we can have the solution this way. All right, we will start with the IP, and this is equal to 2 times the PD. Okay, like that. Okay, the shorter when doubled is equal to the longer. Okay, and when it's tripled, it is equal to the entire median. All right, that will be for the ID. Okay, all right, now we're not after the ID, we're after the PD, which is the smaller. You can check those letters in the drawing. Okay, all right, and so this is the equation, and let's substitute the equivalent. IP is 4x minus 6, so we will have 4x minus 6. That's equal to 2 times PD, which is 3x minus 10. There. And we solve for x, after which we use the x to compute for the required. Okay. All right. So here's our working equation. 4x minus 6 for the IP is equal to 2 times 3x minus 10. All right. Let's solve this first. All right. We can start by simplifying by way of division. Let's start with divide. Okay. We can divide this by the same number 2. Okay. We have divide there and divide here. All right. So the left side will now become 2x minus 3. This will become 2x minus 3. And the right side will become 3x minus 10. There, okay? Because this 4 divides by 2, it's a 2. 6 divided by 2, it's a 3. And then here, the 2 and the 2 cancels out. So we will just have the next line this way. Now we subtract the smaller x term, subtract 2x from both sides. Okay, so we have minus 2x, and then here minus 2x. There. All right, the left side become, that will just become negative 3. The right side will just be 3x minus 2x. That's x with a minus 10. All right, there. Okay, we are now going to add 10 to both sides, and we have the value of x. All right, so plus 10 here. Plus 10, plus 10. And we have a 7 equals x. There. So this is x equal to 7. All right, we write it this way, and we have the value of x. There. Up. Let me clear my writing. Let me clear my writing and add those things I have erased. That will be plus 10 plus 10, and this will now be just 7 equals x, or appropriately written, x is equal to 7. And let me encircle once more. Okay, I'm trying to enclose it a while ago. So, okay, there's our x. Now, we're about to compute PD, all right? Let's find PD. So we have PD given using the expression capitalized. PD, that is equal to 3x minus 10. And so we will substitute the value of x that we have. This will be equal to 3 times 7 minus 10. And so this PD is equal to 21 minus 10. All right, that looks like 11. So our answer is equal to 11 units. There. This must be our answer, okay? 11, okay? This is the required PD. All right, check. Okay, so we have the confirmation over here. You can see the answer below the triangle there, okay? All right, that means our computation is correct. All right, that goes to our number 7. We were asked to get the shorter of the two, okay? All right, let's proceed to number 8. For the next triangle. Okay, here's number 8. Let's make the drawing a little larger. Okay, the letters became larger too. All right. Okay, here. Find FK. All right, so where is FK? It's FK looks like the smaller. Okay, so we have one smaller and one longer. This is for the median KS. Okay, for the median KS. So we have there find FK, and that looks like the smaller. And we have the expression FK, all right, 3x minus 1, okay, over here. So we're going to use this expression later to compute for FK. Now, how about the SF? SF is the longer, okay? SF is the longer. And so we shall begin with our working equation, and the relation is like this. SF is 2 times FK. There, okay? That's our working equation, and we discussed that before we started computing, okay? So the shorter, when doubled, is equal to the longer, okay? All right. Okay, so we have something like this, and we're going to use the expressions given. We start with SF, that's 7x minus 8. So we have 7x minus 8. That should be equal to 2 times FK, which is 3x minus 1. There. And we have our equation with x. Solve for x first. All right, so let's, we cannot divide because 7 is not divisible by 2. So we're going to do expansion, okay? 7x minus 8 must be equal to 6x minus 2. There. And then continue with the solution by way of subtracting the smaller term with x. That's minus 6x from both sides. Minus 6x and minus 6x. We get something like x at the left with minus 8. And the right side is just negative 2. There. And then we continue by way of adding 8. Add 8 to both sides. Plus 8 plus 8. All right. And so this gives us x equal to 6. There. 8 minus 2 is 6. All right. So that's it. Our x is equal to 6. And we can now use this for the computation for the requirement FK. All right, let's compute for fk. So this will be for fk, and this is fk is equal to 3x minus 1, and this is equal to 3 times 6 minus 1, okay? And we have like 18 minus 1, which gives us fk equal to 17 units, okay? There. And so we have the answer. Our answer must be 17. Okay, let me do it carefully. All right, there. And so that's it. Our answer is 17. What about the answer of the computer? Yes, okay. It's 17. All right, over here, below the diagram is the answer from the computer. And we're correct, finding FK. All right. I hope you were able to follow how to do it. Solve for x first, and then use the x value you computed, and then use it to compute for the requirement. All right, let's compute number 9. Let's have number 9. The next diagram. Here's number 9. All right. Find cy if cy is equal to 2x plus 2 and ay equal to x. So first we have to determine where these segments are in the diagram. Okay, cy is the entire length of the median. Okay, the entire length. Okay, and if we're going to draw that part by a red segment, it's this there. Okay, that's the cy. All right, that's the entire length of the median. Ay is the shorter of the two segments of cy. Okay, it's the shorter. So the shorter times 3 is the entire median. Okay, so we can have our working equation over here. All right, so we start with our solution. Okay, our solution will be the shorter ay times 3 is the cy. So cy is equal to 3 times ay. There. This is our working equation. And then we substitute the given expressions. Cy is 2x plus 2. And this is equal to 3 times ay, happens to be just x. Okay, so we solve for x now. We start by subtracting the smaller x term, the 2x. So minus 2x and a minus 2x, that's x. We get like the left side be just 2, and the right side is the x. Or appropriately written should be x equals 2. And we now have the value of x. Okay, we're now ready to compute for the required. We're asked to get the cy, okay, over here. For cy, we have cy equal to 2x plus 2. Substitute now. 2 times 2 plus 2. Get like 4 plus 2. Answer is, that should be 4, not dollars. Excuse my typing. 4 plus 2. This is 6 units. And that's it. That's the answer. So we enclose it. There. And how about checking the answer, computer? Yes, it is. Over here. There. Number 10 now. Let's continue with number 10. Clear the screen. and then number 10. Okay, here's number 10. All right, let's make the display a little smaller so we have more space to write on. Let me shrink it a little bit. All right, that'd be good enough. Okay, the instruction is each figure shows a triangle with one or more of its medians and a centroid. For number 10, find JI. Okay, JI. All right, that looks like the entire length of the median. Now, what are the given? JI itself is given with expression 20x plus 7 over 10. And QI is the shorter, okay, of the two, or it's 1/3 of the entire length, okay? Okay, so QI is the shorter of the two, and we have the longer, which is the JQ, okay? All right, which is not given and not required. Okay, and so we can start with our working equation relating the QI and the entire length JI, okay? All right, this is how we start. For the solution, okay, we have the shorter QI and the entire length JI. So we have JI equals to 3 times the shorter QI. There, okay? That's the relationship of the segments to the entire length. All right, so we use the equivalent. Start with JI, all right? So we have 20x plus 7. And that will be over 10. And we have here the other part. It will be, let me just type it first. 3 times QI, that means like the entire parenthesis. And we have like -3. And we have like over 10, okay? The 10 should be over here. And we have here the plus and the 7 and the 10 and of course the x, like that, and the parentheses. All right, and then we put the lines, okay? We have here the equals. Let me put the equals first so that it will look nicer, okay? The division symbol is here and the fractions are here. This will be like this and of course like that, okay? Let me make that longer. Okay, I hope I don't erase it. Okay, so let me make that longer. There, okay. Okay, what I have typed is the same thing, okay? -3 over 10 plus 7 over 10x, the entire quantity times 3, okay? That will be 3 times QI, and then the left side is entirely JI. All right, so we can solve for x here and then use x later. Now, the first thing you shall do when doing this is get rid of the denominator. Since the denominator consists of just 10, multiply both sides by 10. Okay, so we shall begin there. All right, so let me retype it once more. So we have 20x plus 7, and we have like 3, okay? And then we have -3 plus 7x, then we close it there, and then we all divide by 10, okay? divide by 10, divide by 10 here, and over 10 here also. All right, then we put the lines again. Okay, and over there. And of course, the equal sign is over there. All right. Okay, now when multiplying both sides by 10, I'm going to draw a big parenthesis here. Okay, and this will be, of course, over 10. Okay, like that. Okay, we're going to multiply both sides by 10. So 10, and then times 10 here also. There. Okay, when you multiply by 10, this cancels out. This 10 cancels out by the 10. There. Also, this 10 cancels out by this and this, of course, because this number 10 is to be multiplied inside, okay? It will be distributed there, okay? And so no more number 10s, okay? And so the left side will just become, we're going to have 20x plus 7, and this is equal to 3 times the quantity negative 3 plus 7x there, okay? Like that. And no more number 10s there, okay? And so we have a simple linear equation. Okay, we shall continue with multiplying the 3, okay? And the left side will remain 20x plus 7. This becomes negative 9, and this becomes plus 21x there. Okay, we're now going to subtract the smaller x term 20x. So minus 20x. And we have here like minus 20x there. And so the left side will just become 7. And the right side is negative 9 plus x there. Okay. And so the next thing to do is add 9 to both sides. So we will have here plus 9 plus 9. Okay. And so the left side is 16. And then the right side is x. And we have now x equal to 16 there. So we have the value of our x. Okay. All right. Next. What do we do next? We now have to compute for the requirement. We're asked to get ji. Okay. Ji. So we're going to use the formula over here. We're going to use this. Okay. For the ji. And we will use the right side of the screen. So this will be for ji. All right. And we have the formula for ji is equal to, all right, we start with 20x plus 7. We divide that by 10. And so I put the division symbol. Okay. And then we will now use the 16. Let's put a fence here. Okay. So they don't mix up. Okay. Continue with the ji. Ji is equal to, okay, 20 times 16. So we're going to have here 20 times our x, which is 16, and then the product is added to 7. And then we shall divide that by 10. Okay, and so this will continue like 320 plus 7. Okay, the product of 20 and 16. So that should be 320 plus 7, and then divided by 10. Okay. All right. So we have 327 divided by 10. There. Okay. And then we have the final answer. That's 32.7. Okay. So JI is equal to 32.7 units. There. And that's it. All right. So that will be our answer. Let's find out from the computer. Okay. All right. That's it. And that's below the triangle here. Here's the confirmation. 32.7 units. That goes to our number 10. Let's continue with number 11. All right, let's continue with number 11. All right, here's number 11 figure and question. Each figure shows a triangle with one or more of its medians and a centroid. Our centroid here is the E. Okay, all right, and there are only two medians. Okay, for simplicity. All right, so what are the given? Find EX. Okay, where's EX? All right, let's figure out the drawing. It's the vertical, almost vertical median. Okay, and it's the smaller segment. And what do we have as given? We have LE, that's the longer. Okay, that's the two parts. Okay, so LE, and we're after the one part. Okay, remember the median is divided to three parts, where two parts goes to the longer, one part goes to the shorter. Okay, and so we're after the EX, which is the shorter, but the expressions are given. We have the longer and the entire length LX. And we're talking about this, I will mark it red. Okay, we're talking about this median here. There. All right. And so we can relate the longer and the entire length. Okay. All right. Here's the relation. Let's begin at the center. All right. So we have like LE. This is the two parts. Okay. The two parts of the three parts. Okay. So we can relate that LE is 2/3 okay, of the entire length LX. Okay, so we have here the LX over here. Let me make my typing nicer. All right, so this is LX there. Okay, and this is supposed to be a fraction 2/3 there. Okay, so 2/3 of the entire length LX, that describes the longer segment of the median, which is the LE. Okay, so here's our working equation, because what we have as expressions are LE and LX over here. Okay, you can see it over here. So what we have is the LE and the entire length LX. Okay, so the EX, the shorter that is required, is not there. Okay, so we will have to solve for the other segments. All right. Okay, so here's what we do. We have now LE, which is 2x plus 8. So we have 2x plus 8 over 5. That's for the LE. And this will be the given. All right, this is the LE. All right, now this is supposed to be equal to the 2/3. Okay, this will be 2/3. So we put the fraction first. 2/3 of LX. Okay, LX is here. Okay, so we put there, say, a multiplication symbol. Okay, or simply huge parenthesis. Okay, we can put a huge parenthesis there, and then we put the Lx, which is 5x minus 12. That'll be 5x minus 12 over 5 there. Okay, and so we put the line for the division. Okay, like that, and then we do the close parenthesis there. All right, and so we have our equation. Now we can simplify this by getting rid of the 5. Okay, so we can multiply both sides by 5. All right, let me put some additional parentheses here. Okay, because we're going to apply multiplication by 5. So we use here times 5, and we also have here times 5. Okay, times 5 there. Okay, notice the number 5s cancels out. All right, this 5 cancels out with this. Also, this 5 cancels out with this 5. All right, there. Okay, and so we'll have simpler equation, just like what we did in number 10. This will now, left side becomes 2x plus 8, 2x plus 8 there. And the right side, we still have the 2/3. Okay, we still have that. So this will be 2 over 3. And then we put the fraction symbol. And then we don't have the 5s anymore. So this will just be parenthesis and the 5x minus 12. There. Okay. We were able to get rid of the fraction involving the denominator of 5s. Now we shall multiply both sides by 3. Okay, we can multiply both sides by 3. All right, so we can apply now again. Let's type it once more. Okay, 2x plus 8. 2x plus 8 is equal to, let's put some space there, 2 over 3. And then we put the other part, that will be 5x minus 12. And then close parenthesis. Then we complete the fraction. Okay, I'm just rewriting it. Okay, just before I'm going to multiply by 3. Okay, so times 3 this time. So we will put a parenthesis here and a parenthesis here. Okay, and then we will now multiply by 3. Okay, so this will be 3 times, and this will be times 3 over here. There. Okay, and so we're going to cancel out the fraction with the 3. So this 3 cancels out by this 3. Okay, now we're going to expand it. Okay, what remains will now be 3 times 2x. That gives us 6x. And this will be plus 3 times 8, that's 24. And this is equal to 2. The number 2 is still there of the 2/3. We still have the 2 there. Times the quantity 5x minus 12. There. Okay, so we continue in the right side of the screen. Up here. All right. And we have 6x plus 24 is equal to 10x minus 24 there, like that. Okay, so we expanded 10x and then negative 24. All right, let's continue subtracting the smaller x term, 6x minus 6x and minus 6x there. And so the left side becomes only 24. The right side will be 4x minus 24. Okay, after which we add 24 to both sides. All All right, so here we have plus 24, and the right side will also have plus 24. Okay, so the left side will give us 48, and the right side is just 4x. Okay, and so we divide by 4 both sides. All right, so this will now be divided by 4, divided by 4. And then we put the division symbol. We'll put divide there and divide here. There. And so the left side now give us 12. Okay, this will now be 12 is equal to x, or properly written, x is equal to 12. There. So we found our x. Okay. All right. So this is our x value. Okay. How about finding the EX now? Okay. We can use the longer. Okay. Remember, the longer divided by 2 gives the shorter. Okay. Gives the shorter. And so we can use that to compute for the shorter EX. Okay. So we will have to use now the EX. All right. Let us do it over here. This will now be for EX, and here's the formula. All right, EX is equal to 1/2. Okay, it will be 1/2 of LE. So 1 over 2 of the longer. Okay, the longer is the LE. So 1/2 of, let's put it here, LE there. Okay, then we put the fraction symbol. Okay, so 1/2 of LE is EX, but we have already LE, okay? And LE is 2x plus 8 over 5. So we can compute for the EX, all right? This will now be EX is equal to 1/2 of, this will be 1 over 2, okay, of 2x plus 8 over 5, okay? So we have here like 2x plus 8 over 5, okay? There. And so this is the equivalent of the LE there. So all we need to do is use our x, which is 12, all right? So we continue with EX, and this is equal to, this is 1/2, so let me put the fraction symbol. 1/2 of 2x plus 8. All right, so let's compute first 2x plus 8 over 5, okay? And then we divide by 5 and then times 2. This is the same as 2x plus 8 divided by 10, okay? All right, so we can simplify that. We can write this like 2x plus 8 divided by 2 times 5, which is 10 there. And so this is our equivalent formula for EX. So we'll just continue with the computation. We now have here EX is equal to 2 times 12, okay? This will now be 2x plus 8 means 2 times 12 plus 8, okay? Plus 8, 2 times 12 plus 8 over 10, okay? So this will be divided by 10 there. All right, so what do we have? We shall get here something like 24 plus 8 for the EX. We have something like 24 plus 8 divided by 10. There. We put the line and then that becomes 32 over 10. Okay. So we continue with equals, and that's equivalent to 32 over 10. Okay, 32 over 10. That looks like 3.2. Okay, 3.2 is our final answer. 32 over 10. So final answer is a very small number equal to 3.2 units there. And so that's it. This is our EX. That's 3.2 units. All right. Okay. Our computation is a little bit longer because it involves fraction. Okay. All right. And you have to be careful with fractions. All right. Let's see the answer. Our answer is 3.2. There. It's below the triangle. You can see the answer over here. It's 3.2. All right. That will be the confirmation. Our number 11 is correct. 3.2. Number 12 now. Last number. All right. Let's have our last number 12. Okay. Here's number 12. Each figure shows a triangle with one or more of its medians and a centroid. Our centroid is point F. Okay. And we're talking about which median. It looks like the median SL. Okay. That one has the SF. Now, SF is actually the longer. Okay. That looks like the longer. Okay. And FL is the shorter. Okay. FL is the shorter. Okay. What we have on hand is the SL. SL is the entire median, and FL. Okay. Those are the given. Okay. You can see the given. Find SF, which is the longer of the two segments, but what we have is the SL as expression there and the FL there. So we can make use of the FL, which is the shorter, and the entire length SL, and how they are related. Okay. All right. So the FL is the shorter, which if you multiply it by 3, gives the entire length. Okay. And that will describe the SL. So our starting equation, let's put it here. We can have the entire length SL equals 3 times, okay, 3 times the shorter FL there. And so we can start our equation for x. This will now be 5x minus 4. And that should be equal to 3 times the quantity FL, which is 3x minus 8. There. Okay, here's our working equation. Find x first. All right, we cannot divide by 3, so we will expand. We're going to have 5x minus 4. That's equal to 9x minus 24. 9x minus 24. All right. Next step is to subtract the smaller x term, 5x minus 5x and minus 5x. There. We get a negative 4 at the left, and the right side gives us 4x minus 24. There. Okay, to continue, we will now add 24 to both sides. So add 24 and add 24. All right, we get like 20. Okay, for the left side it's positive 20. For the right side we get like 4x. And one more step, then we will have the answer. Okay, so this is now divide both sides by the 4. Divide and divide. Okay, so this will now be divided by 4, divided by 4. There. And so x is equal to 5. X is equal to 5. All right, there. Okay, we have the x value, and we're asked to get SF, okay? And none of the expressions is SF, but we can relate SF. It is twice the smaller, okay? All right, and so we can make use of, for the segment SF, okay? And SF is two times the smaller. That will be 2 times FL, okay? There, okay? So we can now use FL, then double it. That gives us SF, okay? The shorter is given, okay? So we can start with SF is equal to 2 times the quantity FL. FL is 3x minus 8, all right? And this is now equal to 2 times 3 times x. That means 3 times 5, okay? 3 times 5 and minus 8. All right, we started the inner parentheses. This should be 2 times 15 minus 8. And this gives like, how much is that? 2 times, this is now equal to 2 times 7, okay? All right, that's 2 times 15 minus 8, which is 2 times 7. SF looks like 14, okay? SF is equal to 14 units there. All right, so this will be our answer. SF is the longer of the two, okay? SF. And so let's check and verify. Yes, it's 14, okay? It's 14 units there, okay? All right, so that will be it. This is our last number. And I hope you were able to learn the method for centroids and medians for triangles. All right, so see you later for other topics.